It is hard sitting here right now to envision a major Ukrainian offensive that clears everybody, out of every square inch of Ukraine. But likewise, it's very hard to envision Ukraine collapsing and losing that conflict. I do not think there's an inevitability to a Ukrainian loss.
General Cavoli, it appears that the Russians and President Putin are engaged in what they consider a kind of waiting game, a grinding down in the conflict in Ukraine. Are the Ukrainians destined to lose?
No, Senator. Thank you for the question, because I think it's an important one. There's nothing inevitable in war. And the Ukrainians are in very strong defensive positions right now and are improving weekly their ability to generate force and to reinforce those positions. It is hard sitting here right now to envision a major Ukrainian offensive that clears everybody, out of every square inch of Ukraine. But likewise, it's very hard to envision Ukraine collapsing and losing that conflict. I do not think there's an inevitability to a Ukrainian loss.
And a follow-up question, and you touched on this in answers to Senator Brown's. Describe the Ukrainians' evolution of their force over the course of this conflict. My sense is they've really gone, as I think you mentioned, Minutemen with a rifle to a really serious modern military force.
Yeah, absolutely, Senator. So in the beginning, they had a certain number of organized brigades in the east. But what really kicked in was sort of volunteers who spontaneously came in, organized under officer leadership. General Syrski north of Kiev was key in stopping that advance toward Hostomel and then back out, pushing the Russians out of Bucha. They evolved from that. They consolidated that into Soviet-style brigades, which they were used to, with Soviet equipment. And then coming through late 22 and 23, we could see that equipment, and especially their artillery ammunition of a Soviet caliber, was going to be exhausted. And so we had to help them convert to a largely Western-equipped and almost exclusively Western artillery-equipped force, which is pretty complicated. We operate off of a different aiming circle.
They've been effective in making that transition.
It's amazing. To do that under fire, under the pressure of one of the world's largest armies, it's a fantastic feat.